Good afternoon, guys. This is discussion A for you all. We're discussing how to cope with death anxiety. So sit back and enjoy the presentation I made for you. Let's let's start the article. How to cope with death anxiety explores the deeply human experience of fearing death and offers strategies to manage and reduce this anxiety. It acknowledges that for some thoughts about mortality can become overwhelming and disrupt daily life. The piece likely provides practical approaches to help individuals regain control over their thoughts and emotions surrounding death. If you're looking for additional insights, other sources suggest coping mechanisms such as understanding and the origins of death anxiety, cultivating acceptance, and encouraging in meaningful activities. Some psychological perspectives emphasize the importance of shifting priorities, embracing ethnicity, ethnicity, and finding ways to leave a positive legacy. Just a minute. Would you like me to summarize specific strategies from the article, or explore related psychological approaches? Then we go into coping with death anxiety is a deeply personal journey, but there are several effective strategies that can help ease the fear of being a fear and bring a sense of peace. Cognitive behavior therapy, or CBT, uh, reframing negative thoughts about death, can help shift your perspective and reduce anxiety. Mindfulness and meditation. Staying present and practicing mindfulness can help ground you in the moment rather than dwelling on mortality. Okay, legacy building. Encouraging Engaging in mindful activities such as mentoring, volunteering, or creative pursuits can provide a sense of purpose and symbolic immortality. Acceptance and perspective shift. Some philosophies, like Buddhism, encourage letting go of attachments or reduce fear of loss and death. Exposure therapy, gradually confronting death related topics in a controlled way, can help desensitize fear over time, prioritizing what matters. Recognizing life's importance can inspire you to focus on what truly matters, making each moment more meaningful. Okay, then there's cognitive behavior therapy offers several effective techniques for managing death anxiety. Here are some specific approaches. Okay. Give me. One second. Creative restructuring, identifying and challenging irrational thoughts about death can help shift your perspective to a more balanced view. Sporadic questioning, asking yourself structured questions like what evidence supports my fear, or how might someone else view this situation, can help reframe anxious thoughts. Exposure therapy, gradually exposing yourself to death related concepts. Reading about mortality, visiting cemeteries can reduce fear over time. Mindfulness based CBT, practicing mindfulness helps you stay present and reduces excessive worry about the future. Behavioral experiments, testing assumptions about death anxiety, e.g., noticing how you feel after discussing mortality openly can help challenge fears. Experience based techniques, learning to accept uncertainty and the inevitability of death can reduce avoidance behaviors and distress. You can find more details on these techniques here, msn.com, guys. Would you like me to explore any of these strategies further? Then we go down to cognitive restructuring is a core technique in cognitive behavior therapy. CBT that helps individuals challenge and modify unhelpful thoughts, especially those uh, related to death anxiety. Here's how it works. One, identify uh, destroyed thoughts. The first step is to recognize negative thought patterns. For example, someone with death anxiety might frequently think, I'm going to die soon. and there's nothing I can do about it. This thought can lead to overwhelming fear and avoidance behaviors, to changing unhelpful beliefs. Unhelpful beliefs. Once the thought is identified, the next step is questioning its validity. Ask yourself, what evidence supports this thought? is there more is there a more balanced way to view this situation? How would I respond if a friend had this thought? For instance, if the fear about dying soon, you might recognize that there's no immediate evidence suggesting this is true. Reframing the thought. Give me 2 seconds, guys. After challenging the thought, replace it with a more rational and constructive perspective. Instead of I'm going to die soon, you might reframe it as death is a natural part of life, but I am healthy and have control over my well-being. Okay? I can focus on living meaningfully rather than fearing the inevitable. 4. Behavioral experiments. To reinforce new perspectives, CBT encourages behavioral experiments. If someone avoids discussing death, they might try reading about mortality or having open conversations about it. Over time, this exposure helps reduce fear. Okay, 5. Practicing mindfulness and acceptance. Okay, cognitive restructuring works best when paired with mindfulness techniques. Accepting uncertainty and focusing on the present moment can help ease anxiety. Would you like me to guide you through a specific example or suggest additional techniques? You can explore more details at msn.com, guys. Certainly. Here's a specific example of cognitive restructuring applied to death anxiety. Cyrano, the poem Fearing of Dying Young. Image of someone frequently thinks I'm going to die young. There's nothing I can do about it. This thought causes distress and leads to avoidance behavior, such as refusing to discuss mortality or feeling anxious about health. Step 1, identify the thought. Give me 1 second. The individual recognizes that this thought is causing anxiety and disrupting their daily life. 2, challenging the thought. They ask themselves, what evidence supports this belief? No medical issues, no immediate threats. This thought based on facts or fear, mostly fear. How would you how would I respond if a friend had this um, thought? Encourage them to focus on their health and well-being. 3. Reframing the thought. Instead of I'm going to die young, they replace it with I have no reason to believe I will die young. I can take care of my health and enjoy life. Last page, guys. Death is inevitable, but I can focus on living meaningfully rather than fearing the unknown. 4. Behavioral experiment. To reinforce the new perspective, they engage in activities that promote well-being, such as exercising, maintaining a healthy lifestyle, and discussing mortality in a constructive way. 5. Practicing mindfulness and acceptance. They integrate mindfulness techniques to stay present and reduce excessive worry about the future. Would you like me to guide you through a personal example or suggest additional techniques? You can also explore more details at msn.com. Okay, I'll be back on in a little bit with B. So I will see everybody for discussion B in a little bit. As soon as I've put it together, I'll pop back on for you all and we will discuss B for today. So give me a little bit for B, please, and I'll be back on with you. For now, Gator Wellness, take care, folks.